Hello and welcome to another adventure on this planet Earth. I'm Mark Gilchrist, and this week we're going to tour a public market in downtown Paxi, Laos. Every city, town, and village throughout Southeast Asia has a public market in one form or another. Sometimes they're fully covered, sometimes they just line the street one day a week. These markets are often called public markets, day market, night market, weekend market, Thursday market, whatever. They're also called live markets or wet market. They're called wet usually when they sell meat and fish and they have to be hosed down every day, or there's just water going through them most of the time in an attempt to keep things somewhat sanitary. Markets are usually owned by the city or town, and rent is usually paid to the municipality as a sort of fundraiser. I'm gonna go into this market here. Amazing how much produce is wrapped for protection. It's Sebadi. Here's my favorite bread lady. And processed foods, all baked breads and treats. Could easily be 1,000 vendors in here. Grocery store items, cookies, snacks. And here's the food court. Hello. Sebadi.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Where you come?
I come from America. Manufactured goods. Who knows where they're from? Plenty of them. Lots of women's clothing. Always, everywhere you go. We're in the high rent part of the market here. I have a seamstress working here. I'm in the new clothing area, and most markets I've been to here in Southeast Asia, I see very little used clothing. Even those the bundles that they, the thrift stores in America ship out here. All right, more clothes, but women's clothes. Women around the world have an obligation to look good. These look nice. Not sure where they're from. India?
Lao.
Wow, made here in Laos. Beautiful. Kup chai. Yeah. Slingshots. Hardware, tools. So there are at least 1,000 employees here. And they're all entrepreneurs working for themselves. They rent out the booth space and they buy product a little bit at a time and work for at least 10 hours. Quite often I'll see them asleep, just crashing, usually in the mid-afternoon when it's just boiling hot. They'll just pull up on a pile of clothing and lay down on the inventory. Can't blame them at all. And then back at work until 6, 7 o'clock at night, and go home, cook dinner, get some rest, come back, do it all over again. Backpack in Sneakerville. Yeah, we're in the children's department. Sebadi. Children's toys. Am I? Kup Thai. All right, we're getting back into the food departments. Hello. Seafood here. Got some fish. I have no idea what kind of fish this is or where it's from. We're about Sebadi. We're at least 100 miles from the ocean, and there really aren't too many lakes around. This looks like fuel for your stoves. And these are all candles, I think for religious use. And this, I just have no idea. So we have some kind of something wrapped in something. These, I think, may be for fishing. Tea. Sebadi. Eggs by the 30. 30 eggs on a tray. Couple thousand eggs right there. Yeah, a couple thousand more over here. Sebadi.
Yeah.
Oof.
Ayang no.
Sebadi. It's hot. Not much of a breeze. And it's going to get hotter all day. This man is a jeweler. These little micro markets appear everywhere on this planet Earth. There are millions of them, providing income and employment around the world. And they're vital. They provide millions of people with much needed household goods and equipment. And not all of this is done in organized markets. Millions of people open up a store or restaurant right in the front rooms of their homes. This may seem rare in America, but it's very common around the world. With very little barriers to entry, just about anyone can start up a business, including single mothers, out of work parents, at least in most conditions, can work hard enough and put food on their family's table. The land of red meat. That is a tail. I think their philosophy here is it's going to be cooked, so that's got to get rid of germs. I know you get to play with knives and all, but you got to wonder what makes a person want to work in this area when they could be sitting on a pile of clothes selling shirts. Just seems like it'd be so much easier. Fewer flies. By the way, when you travel and you go to a market like this, you might think, wow, I would never buy that meat. It's just unsanitary. When you eat at the restaurant, the restaurant owners came down here in the morning and got their inventory. Oh, what are bones she's cutting through? I bet her husband stays in line. You didn't mess with that. Ooh.
Oh, phương này.
Ah.
Phương này.
Yeah, and just like that, wearing shoes and children's clothes. Oh, that's made me hungry. I'm gonna head over to the food court, see what I can get. Yes, as people move away from rural areas into cities, away from sustenance economies, into the market and monetary economies. These little micro markets are invaluable, giving the freedom of independence and economics to millions of people around the globe. Well, thanks for hanging for my latest adventure. I'm Mark Gilchrist, and I am, and you are, we all are, on this planet Earth.